When it comes to kart racing on the Nintendo Switch, there's only one clear winner, and that's Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is hands down the best kart racer on the Switch, and that's not up for debate. But that got me wondering though, what is the second best kart racer on the Nintendo Switch? I went ahead and I purchased a few kart racers. My lady and I both ranked these games based on performance, loading times, ease of use, fun factor, and creativity. We just wanted to see which game gave us the most fun and gave us the most laughs. I averaged both of our scores, and this is what we got. Number 10, we have Hello Kitty Cruisers. Now, this game is a missed opportunity. You know, Hello Kitty is a franchise that is perfect for kart racing, and this one just falls short. You know, we had quite a few laughs and it was fun, but yeah, the quality is not there, and the drifting doesn't work very well either. Kind of a bummer. At number 9, we have DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. Now, this game also had potential, but it fell short on the Switch. Now, the cast of characters is great. That part I liked. The levels were also creative. Now, the driving suffers a little bit. Something about the way it handled or it drifted was okay. It was kind of missing that fun factor. But what really kills me are the frames per second. They really drop. I mean, at one point, we were in this castle, and the game looked like it was running at like 10 to 15 frames per second. It was pretty bad. I really wish the performance was worked on. Now at number 8, we have Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. Now, this game is a little disappointing, and I'm only saying that because Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 was a lot better, especially in terms of performance. Now the frames, you know, they're pretty bad at random parts. Now, I give them credit because they were trying to do something new. They made a game that would allow the kart to instantly transform from a kart to a boat and then back and forth. So that part was cool, but the performance took a huge hit because of it. Overall, the driving felt pretty good, and so did the drifting, so, you know, good try. At number 7, we have Garfield Kart Racers. Now, at this point, the kart racers are starting to get pretty... I don't know what it is about Garfield, but the Garfield universe is just awesome. The franchise just has great characters. Now, even though the characters are great, the levels were just okay to me. I don't know what it is, but it's missing that Garfield vibe when it comes to the tracks. The drifting was a little bit off too. The driving was okay. You know, it's just missing that little extra shine. But it's Garfield, right? So Garfield gets a pass, I guess. But this game is almost there. It just needs that little bit of polish. At number 6, we have Chocobo GP. Now, this game was so close. So, let me start off with the good. So the list of characters is pretty cool. I like the characters they chose, and there's a variety of them, which is awesome. Now, this is where the game falls apart. So, I really like the maps. Like, the maps were creative, and I really like the drifting and the driving. That was pretty good. But for some reason, the maps and the drifting don't really go together. It's the weirdest thing. It's like, for example, on one of the maps, it has like sharp 90-degree turns, and the drifting wasn't really built for that. But the drifting feels good on its own. But those two departments, or those two programmers, they didn't really come together to make something cohesive. I really wish if the person designing the maps and the person, you know, designing the drifting would have came together and make something more fluid. I don't know if you noticed, like, for example, when you play other kart racers, like Mario Kart, the drifting feels pretty good for that track, right? Here, not at all. They're kind of clashing. So I've never seen something like that. I think that's the one thing that killed this game. I think if that would have been fixed, or if they make another Chocobo GP, those two departments need to come together and make that work really well. You're gonna have a hit. But yeah, really cool game. I think it's worth picking up. All right, at number 5, we have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Now, this game, it's a high quality game, but I don't like it. Now, it's weird for me to say, right? Like, again, I recognize that it's a good quality game, and the graphics are great, and the driving is pretty good too. But why don't I like it? Well, one, it's the loading time. The loading time is just way too much. Remember, we're trying to have fun, right, with your friends and family. And when you sit there, what feels like 5 minutes, and I'm exaggerating, right? It's shorter than that, but it just feels like a long time. Just kind of kills the vibe, right? The other thing is the driving itself. I think it's too technical. It drifts too much, it moves too much. And this is one of those games where you just have to get good. So in other words, you have to play it a lot in order to really shine, right? Now, you gotta remember, this is a kart racing game. It shouldn't be that serious, right? There shouldn't be such a high bar to get into this game. You should be able to pick it up and pretty much figure it out and start racing, right? So, the game is pretty good. I just really wish it was a little bit easier to get into without having to practice so much. Now at number 4, we have Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2. Now this game is great and it surprised me. The cast of characters are really good. The maps are fun. And I quickly realized that it's better than Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3. This game is really solid. The performance is great. The frames per second is really good. The driving and the drifting also feel pretty good. One thing that I really like about this racer is the slime mechanic. I don't know what it is about adding slime to these tracks. It just makes it fun. I don't know. Maybe it's just my childhood, right? But it's a really good game. Now, if you want a game that's a kart racer and it is not Mario Kart, I think this is the one. Definitely check this one out if you haven't had a chance yet. Alright, at number 3 we have Team Sonic Racing. Now, one of the things that I really like about this game is the team racing part of the game. Now, other kart racers have a team mode, right? Don't get me wrong, but this game does it different. You can share your abilities with your teammates while you're driving. You can help your teammates by creating like a slipstream where they can follow you and speed up. So it's a nice, refreshing mechanic. I like the way they did it. The game's driving mechanic and drifting is pretty good. It's solid. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it for those of you that know, this game isn't as good as Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. That game is easily, for me, one of the top 3 kart racing games of all time. I really wish they would remaster that game and bring that back, with 60 frames per second, or just bring it back, right? Port it over to the Switch. If that game ever comes out, I'm hands down buying that on day one, and I will do a review for you because that game is just excellent. Anyways, with that being said, this game is still pretty good too. Pick it up. I think you really, really enjoy this one. And now, the second best kart racing game is Smurfs Kart. And yes, that is the official name of the game. I had to stop and double check. Now, this game is rock solid. The game has a great list of characters. The tracks really make you feel like you are at the Smurf village. The details are really good. If you pay attention to the Smurf's hat, you can kind of see them wave in the air as you're driving. Just really cool little details like that. Now, the driving and the drifting feels really good in this game. It's really solid. But the number one thing that this game got right is how much fun and how close the racing matches were. With other games, when you're racing kart racing, and if someone kind of pulls out ahead and they're in first place, they usually end up winning. But for this game, it was really well balanced. I think the power-ups that you get were well balanced. The tracks were well balanced. I mean, we were just screaming and hollering at this game. It was just really, really fun. So there you have it. I was kind of surprised because I was, double checking the math, and I'm like, yeah, this is it. We just gave it high scores, and this game is really fun. So there you have it. If you don't want to play Mario Kart and you want something else, this is the game for you. All right, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you think I missed any kart racers. There's so many, and I hope I got most of them, most of the good ones. But please let me know if I missed one. With that being said, I will catch you on the next video. Have a good one.